Welcome to my living room. I want to show you how I took it from looking like this to this. There's this thing called a window valance, which hides the top of your curtains, and they're usually made of either fabric or wood. Well, I decided to make a window valance, but around all four corners of my living room, because number one, I have these curtains on tracks, and seeing the actual top of the track is not very 1950s. And number two, I want to see the beautiful effect from the strip lights on the curtains, how, they catch in the folds, and also on this wood wall that I installed. But I don't want to see the lights themselves. So I embarked on this project, and it took forever. The point of this project is to hide the strip lights and the curtain tracks. That way it would be like a very clean look. There'd be this large barrier that's hiding all of the ugly technical stuff in the ceiling. First, I needed the actual material for the crown molding. And you can get wood crown molding, except it's kind of heavy. Even the lightest wood is still gonna be way too heavy to mount only on the ceiling. I looked around and I actually found styrofoam crown molding was a thing. And the great thing about it is that it is pre-mitered, meaning that the edges were already at 45-degree cuts, which is perfect because when you're putting in the corners, you want to miter those corners. So the first thing I decided to do was cut 4 of those in half, so I would have 8 halves, so I could put together the corners first. But I ran into an issue. Usually there are 4 points of contact, 3 on the long side and 1 on the short side. The 3 on the long side attach to the wall and the 1 on the short side attaches to the ceiling. But because I knew I would only be attaching it to the ceiling, I needed more surface area. So my friend Andre helped me use a jigsaw to cut off that little attachment side so that I could have a flat top. Then I went ahead and I painted every single one of those pieces. After that, I realized because they're floating in the ceiling, I would also have to paint the backside of each of the pieces. And that took, I kid you not, days, because each one was 3 coats of paint. One thing about the painting was that because there were so many styrofoam pieces, they just kind of got everywhere. So before painting a piece, I would take a rag and just sort of swat off the styrofoam to make sure that none of it got caught in the paint. I decided I was going to put up the first piece in an area of the living room that wasn't the hero area. The first piece went over my front door. And I tried to do it with only caulk, just like the manufacturer said to do, except it kept falling. So I took out my C-stands, handy dandy, because I'm a filmmaker, I have C-stands, and I put the arms of the C-stands up to hold the first piece of molding. Well, they actually created dents in the molding. So for the second piece, I decided to put tennis balls on the end of the stands and hold it up that way. It took 4 days to glue each piece up there, and I'm not that patient. I decided, let me go to the hardware store and rent a more powerful nail gun. Well, the nail gun didn't work at all. I even went to a hardware store to figure out if I could rent a nail gun, and they said, no. All nail guns are too powerful for styrofoam. It's just going to go right through it. They recommended doing a stapler, but there were no staples that were long enough to go through the styrofoam. So I was back at square one until I realized I could just use regular nails. So I just bought regular nails. Little by little, I nailed each piece in. And of course, where the joints meet, I added extra caulk and I tried to smooth it out as much as I could. After I glued all of the corners and reinforced it with nails, it was time to figure out how to do the middles. And instead of measuring, I actually just held up other pieces of the styrofoam and I marked where to cut with a pencil. I took my hacksaw and I cut off those ends, obviously painted them, stuck them on, nailed them in, and tried to caulk the seams as best as I could. One of the most annoying parts of the process was the joints, because Okay, I know I can't get the joints perfect, but I'm a perfectionist, so I tried. I tried with a rag, I tried with my finger. Eventually, I figured out that if I smoothed it with my finger and then ran a wet rag over it, that was sort of the best option. After all that, the white caulk needed to be painted, and of course, it was 3 coats of paint, but I got it done, and it looks stunning. I did a couple more changes in the living room. I swapped out the curtains to ones that I think fit better, swapped out the rug to a yellow one because yellow's my accent color, so I wanted to bring that in a little bit more, and I installed a mirror by the door. And I'm waiting on the last piece, which are these beautiful dark wood bookshelves that are gonna go floor to ceiling along this wall over here. They're just gonna come in 2 to 4 months. It's worth the wait. It's worth the wait. It's worth the wait. I keep telling myself. Thanks for watching. I hope this inspired you to do your own DIY project. Until next time, bye.